All right, welcome back to another on-base baseball video. My name is Brian Hafferkamp, and I'm the designer, creator of On-Base Baseball. In this video, I'm going to play another game of Ya-Ya Baseball, which is Ya-Ya Tabletop Baseball. And what this is a new game, still in development, and it uses Yahtzee-style dice rolls, so with 5d6 dice, and you play baseball with it, and it's actually got a little bit of complexity to it and richness and texture to it. So it's turning out nicely. Still trying to get individual players and their ratings involved in it, but there's quite a few interesting textures in the game already. So we have our basic chart here of all of the major dice rolls and then the chance rolls, and I'll explain that as we go along. But then I like to do it on the back side, but on the back side we have the advanced play guide as well, which is how you figure out base running plays, so tagging up and stealing and rundowns and things like that. So excuse me, eventually we might run into a rundown. If you see any of these hashtag plays, that means that the lead runner got caught in a rundown. So some interesting things that might happen in the game. We're going to be playing a game from 2003. This is Boston's championship season. It's going to be the Red Sox at the Mariners. This was played on August 16, 2003. Totally random game. Nothing particularly special except for the great Pedro Martinez is starting in this game, and Gabe Kapler's playing center field. No. Joel Pinheiro will be who he's facing in this game. And so Pinheiro versus Martinez, Boston at Seattle. Ichiro is playing in this game, so is Edgar Martinez, Olerud. There's a Willie Bloomquist sighting. And then this is sort of, most of the players from that championship team that you would know: Trot Nixon, Ortiz, Ramirez, Kevin Millar, Veritek, Kapler playing center, Todd Walker at second. So this was their curse-breaking championship team. So let's get into this game. You'll see how it works, and if you haven't already seen Ya-Ya Baseball, this will be a pretty good introduction to it. This is sort of the updated version 2 charts, and if you want to try it out and play Ya-Ya Baseball for yourself and give me your thoughts, feedback on it, just drop me an email at onbasebaseball@gmail.com, and I will send that out to you and get you this version. And as guys are playing it, there's probably 6 or 8 people playing the game right now and just testing it and giving their feedback on the game. As it's playing out, it's actively being changed, and so I'm sending out those changes to anyone who wants to test the game as well. So hit me up with an email if you want to test this out yourself, and you can play it with any players in history. At this point, there's no individual player evaluation or differences. Everybody has the same opportunity to get hits and things like that as anybody else. So we're trying to figure that part out. How do pitchers work? Great pitchers, great hitters. How are they differentiated? What sort of extra abilities do they get? And move it a little bit more from just dice roller to a simulation. But it's really fun, and don't want to stray too far from the fun part. And it's a lot of fun just to play as it is. So let's get into the first inning. This is Boston at Seattle, 2003, August 16th. And for Boston's could be Trot Nixon, Bill Miller, David Ortiz, Manny Ramirez, Keith Millar, Kevin Millar, not Keith, Jason Veritek, Gabe Kapler, Todd Walker at second, and Damian Jackson at short. Pedro Martinez, the right-handed Hall of Famer, is on the mound, and it's going to be for Seattle, Ichiro in right, Ray Sanchez at short, Randy Wynn in center, Edgar Martinez at DH, Olerud at first, Mark McLemore at second, John Mabry playing left, Dan Wilson, the catcher, and Willie Bloomquist at third base. So top of the first inning, Pinero's on the mound. He's a right-hander, and he will be facing off against Pedro Martinez. Pinero is going to be facing Nixon. Bill Miller at third. He's playing third base. And David Ortiz is the DH. So let's go ahead and roll our first ones. Let's get a little, see if we can get a little sound in here. Okay, got a little sound. And maybe you can hear the dice. It's kind of nice to hear the dice. So make our first roll. And each time we only roll one time unless it calls for a different roll. And then we check our dice, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to be a small straight here. And that is a strikeout if the small straight is 1, 2, 3, 4. If it was 2, 3, 4, 5, then that would be a cause to roll again. See if you can hit the home run, which we get on the large straight. So one down, and Bill Miller to the plate. 1, 2, 4, so 10, 12, 14, 15. And that's going to be grounder to second base. Since there's no discernible, if you're familiar with the Yahtzee, these are sort of the lower level rolls. And then if there's no discernible lower level roll, then you add them up and you look on the chance chart. It's not necessarily an outs chart, but this is where you're going to find most of your outs. So what did we say? 10, 12, 14, 15. 15 is a little squibber to the catcher up with it over to first, and Wilson makes the play at first on Bill Miller. Almost a full house here, but not quite. So we got 12 plus 6 is 18 plus 5 is 23. 23 is a walk, so Ortiz gets on with a 2-out walk. Man Ram playing left field in this game. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5 is going to be a strikeout, but it says a strikeout, roll one die for a home run. So just like in Yahtzee, we're going to hold back. 2, 3, 4, 5. That's our small straight. And we're going to hold those back and not roll those, but we're going to roll the one die that doesn't fit into the pattern here. So if we roll it and it is a 1, if it's a 1 or a 6, then that's going to be a home run for Manny Ramirez. Almost, but not quite. And so Manny strikes out, takes a big cut, and can't get it. And that's going to be the third out of the inning. So no runs on no hits, 1 left on for Boston as we head to the bottom of the second inning. Ooh, excuse me. Leading off for Seattle is going to be Ichiro, then Ray Sanchez, then Randy Wynn hitting third and playing center. They'll be facing off against the great Pedro Martinez. Martinez against Ichiro, a great matchup. So 4, 5, 6, nothing there. That's a 4 plus 10 plus 9 is 19, and that's going to be a grounder to the shortstop. I'm sorry, it's a grounder to the third baseman. Third baseman is Bill Miller, and he gets it over to first just in time to beat out the speedy Suzuki, and that's 1 down. Ray Sanchez playing shortstop and batting second is up for Seattle. Nothing here, so it's going to be 2, 8, 14, 17. 17 is a grounder to the second baseman. So a couple ground outs here for Pedro, and that's 2 quick outs in the inning. Randy Wynn up to the plate. There's 3 6s, and that's going to be a walk. You can see here, 3 6s is a walk, and Randy Wynn takes first base. So just like David Ortiz, Randy Wynn gets a 2-out walk. So we have a runner at first base with Pedro Martinez up. Not going to steal here. Let's see what Edgar, not Pedro. See what Edgar can do. And see, just misses a full house, but he does get 4 4s. 4 4s is going to be a single with a plus sign, and our plus sign down here says that it's an error check. So let's do an error check, and If it's a full house, then it'll be an error on the fielder. Otherwise, no error on the play, and no full house here. So that's just going to be a base knock. That sends the runner to second base. So first and second now with John Olerud. Big lefty up. Another 4, another single with an error check. And so let's check the error again. Still no full house. And 2 straight singles and a walk loads the bases. For Mark McLemore. And I don't think I'm going to press it. In our advanced rules, you can actually take an extra base here. So all you have to do is get a 2 of a kind, and that lead runner is going to be safe. So that would be here. That's about a 60-70% chance, which actually is kind of on the money for taking extra days. Maybe we'll just go ahead and do that. We'll just take an extra base here. If it's a 2 of a kind, lead runner is safe. 3 of a kind, then the lead runner is safe and everybody else moves up. If it's a 4 of a kind, the lead runner is safe here, but then the trail runner would be out at third. If it's a full house, then the throw gets away. And then the lead runner would advance 1 base, so that would be the same as like the 2 of a kind in our situation. If it's a small straight, there's an error on the throw, and all runners advance 1 base. And if it's a large straight, I have an error with 2 runners advancing. I don't know if I want to do that necessarily. We'll see. These are kind of in flux a little bit. 2 base error. I'm not sure how you would get to a 2 base error on that play, so that's why I'm sort of questioning that. In fact, we can make this one the large straight, probably with an error and advance 1 base. Okay, so we're going to try to score a win from third. That's our managerial decision. If it's a 2 of a kind, he's going to be safe. All other runners hold. If it's a 3 of a kind, he's safe and all runners advance 1 base. And so let's see what happens. We have 2 5s and 1, 3, 4, 5. So no straight there. But we have 2 5s, and that's going to score the run from third. All other runners hold, and so that's how we do taking an extra base. So RBI single from John Olerud with 2 outs, and that puts Seattle up 1-0. Runners at first and second base with 2 outs. Martinez to Mark McLemore, and this is kind of a whole lot of nothing. So 10, 14, 16, 22. And 22 is going to be a strikeout, I believe it is. That's a strikeout swinging. And that's the third out of the inning. So Pedro gets a K. The Mariners get 1 run on 2 hits and a walk. They strand 2, and they have a 1-0 lead as we head to the top of the second inning. All right, second inning is going to be Millar, Veritek, and Gabe Kapler. 1, 2, 3. Misses a straight on that, and just has a lot of nothing here. So 5, 10, 11, 17. 17 is a ground ball to the second baseman. Second baseman is McLemore. He's up with it over to Olerud, and that's going to be out number 1. We got our 3 1s here. 3 1s is a Veritek hits it the other way to left field for a single, and Veritek is at first with Gabe Kapler at the plate. So nothing here, 4, 5, 6. So that's going to be 10 plus 16 and 21. 21 is a strikeout swinging, so Kapler goes down, and that'll be 2 outs in the inning. Runner still at first base, and Todd Walker playing second in this game. Also, nothing going on here, so that's 10 plus 9 is 19, and that's going to be a ground ball to third base. And the third baseman is Bloomquist. He's up with it, and Boston can't push the runner around, as Veritek got on with a single. So no runs on 1 hit and 1 strikeout for Joel Pinheiro. All right, bottom of the 2nd inning now. It's going to be Mabry, Dan Wilson, and Willie Bloomquist against Martinez. So that's going to be a full house. 3s over 5s. And let's go here. So 3s over 5s is going to be a double to right center field. So Mabry laces one into the gap in right center, and that's going to be a 2-bagger for him. So runner at second base now for Dan Wilson. Let's let Wilson hit away. And it's going to be 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got our small straight. And it's a strikeout, roll 1 die for a home run. So we'll see if Dan Wilson can take Pedro out of the park. He needs a 1 or a 6. And he gets the 6. And that's a deep drive. And it's far. And it's high. And it's gone. That's a home run for Dandy Dan Wilson, the catcher. Not too many of those in his bag. But he comes up with one against the great Pedro Martinez. And that puts the Mariners up 3-0 as John Mabry comes around to score. So a 2-run shot there by Dan Wilson gives Seattle the 3-0 lead in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Willie Bloomquist up now, 2-3, nothing there. So 10, 16, 19, 21. 21 is a strikeout. Pedro comes back strong with a K. And that takes us back to the top of the order with Ichiro. Nothing here. 10, 12, 13, 15. 15 is going to be a grounder, a little nubber to the catcher. Veritek makes the play. Good catcher. And Ray Sanchez grounded out to the second baseman his last time. 3, 4, 5, 6. And he's got a chance here for a home run. So can it be 2 runs against Pedro Martinez in the 2nd? And it's not. He needed a 2 to complete the home run. So instead, takes a big cut and comes up empty with the strikeout. So 3 down in the inning, but the Mariners do get 2 on 2 hits, a double and a home run. Double from Mabry, home run from Wilson, and just like that, it's 3-0 going to the top of the 3rd inning. Seattle over Boston. Let's see if Boston can come up with an answer here as they go back to the top of their order. Trot Nixon, Bill Miller, and David Ortiz. 1, 2, 3, 4, and so that's going to be an automatic strikeout. You can't get another roll with starting with a 1 that's here, so it's just 1, 2, 3, 4 is going to be a K. So that's a strikeout for Pinheiro. 1 down, and Bill Miller to the plate. Miller grounded to the catcher his last time, but this time he's going to get a base knock. That's going to be a single to right field as he punches it through the hole between second and first base. So 1 on. David Ortiz at the plate. So let Ortiz swing away. Just misses on the full house, and so it's going to be 4, 8, 10, 15. So it's a ground ball to the catcher. Let's see, Dan Wilson, let's see if he can make the play in the field. He made the play at the plate. And when we have an opportunity for a double play, so this is a force out at second, less than 2 outs, and we're going to roll for the double play. So a 2 of a kind gets us a double play. 4 of a kind is an error at first. It'll be a force out at second, but the throw to first is going to be an error, and the batter's going to take second base. So that's what we have for our double plays. So let's see, 2 of a kind is a double play, and we do get the 2 of a kind, and so that's going to be rolled up here. This is out number 2, and out number 3 it's going to go 2, 6 to 3. Big league double play right there from the catcher Dan Wilson as he hits a home run in the bottom of the 2nd, and in the top of the 3rd he comes back with starts the double play up the middle on a little nubber out in front of the plate. And so no runs on 1 hit. I'm sorry, that's 1 hit. No runs on 1 hit, and still 3-0 Seattle as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Heart of the order for the Mariners win Martinez, Olerud, and that's going to be 4, 5, 6. That's not enough. So we have 10, 11, plus 9 is 20, and that's going to be a ground ball to the first baseman. We'll say the first baseman goes unassisted. Good job there for Kevin Millar. And Edgar Martinez up next. 1, 2, 3, almost. So 6, 10, plus 7 is 17, and that's going to be a grounder to the second baseman. So the right side getting peppered with ground balls. And Martinez to John Olerud to nothing there. So 10, 12, 16, 22. 22 is going to be a strikeout for Pedro. So 3 up, 3 down go the Mariners for the first time in the ball game. They still lead 3-0 as we head to the top of the 4th inning. Boston at bat. Here's Man Ram, Kevin Millar, and Jason Varitek. So 3-0 there. 10, 16, 17, 20 is going to be a ground ball to the first baseman. Flips to first. Flips to the catcher covering. And Pinheiro steps on the base for out number 1. It's going to be Kevin Millar, first baseman. He grounded out to third his last at bat. Might be on the same trajectory here. So we got 6, 9, 10 plus 6 is 16. That's going to be a grounder to the shortstop. 2 down into the inning, and Jason Varitek up to the plates. Varitek just misses the full house and instead has a 10, 11. Plus 8 is 19. That's going to be a grounder to the third baseman. Lundqvist has it. No problem. He's up and over to the first baseman, Olerud, for out number 3. So no runs on no hits. 1, 2, 3 go the Red Sox in the top of the 4th. Just can't generate any offense here against Pinheiro. And Pedro, let's see if he's settling in here or not. He'll be facing off against the bottom of the order. McLemore, Mabry, and Dan Wilson. And here we got the old full house. That's 4s over 5s. So that's going to be a double to right center field. And Mark McLemore rips that one into the gap, and he's into second standing up. John Mabry homered doubled in his last at bat. Let's see what he can do here. 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got an opportunity here for a home run. And we're going to roll this one die here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And John Mabry gets a hold of one from Pedro. And he takes it far, and he takes it deep. And that is a 2-for-2 night so far for John Mabry as he goes deep for the 2-run home run. And that stretches the Seattle lead to 5-0. Pedro having a tough time here in Seattle. Must be the jet lag from the time difference. Dan Wilson up. Wilson hit a 2-run home run his last at bat. Almost something here, but nothing. So that's going to be a 10 plus 21 plus 27. 21 plus 6 is that right? Oh, it's a 3 of a kind. That's why there's no number there. You can't get to 27. All right, so there's a walk. 3 6s is going to be a walk, and that's Pedro's really struggling at this point. 3 6s again, so back-to-back walks for Seattle after the 2-run home run. Martinez clearly shaken up. Pitching coach comes out to talk to him, and it's going to be Ichiro Suzuki. Suzuki with nobody out and 2 runners on. There's a 2, 3, 4, 5, and so we have an opportunity here again for a rare Ichiro home run. And a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ichiro goes deep. He hits a 3-run shot. Just clears the wall in center field as Ichiro goes to the deepest part of the park. And that's 3 more runs. So now it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8-0 here in the top or the bottom of the 4th inning. Mariners all over the Red Sox. But just as easily as you can get them, you can give them away in this game. So nothing is over yet. Sanchez with sixes over twos, sixes over ones. That's going to be a double down the left field line. And the hits just keep on coming for the Mariners. Nobody out still. 5 runs in. Runner standing at second base. And finally an opportunity for an out here. So that's 6, 7, 10, plus 6 is 16. That's a grounder to short. It's going to look the runner back at second base, and the runner at second will hold. So 1 out now. And just misses another full house here. So that's 12, 15, 16, 19. And that's a ground ball to third base. So at least they're getting grounders to the left side, keeping that runner at second. 2 down now, and John Olerud to the plate, 9th man to come to the plate in this 4th inning for the Mariners. 1, 2, 3, and nothing else. So 5, 6, 7, 10, 12, and that'll be a fly ball to the right fielder. So 3 down, and the Mariners bat around, and they score 5 on 1, 2, 3 hits. So 5 runs on 3 hits. They're now up 8-0, headed to the top of the 5th inning against Boston. This is 2003, Boston at Seattle. Bottom of the order for the Red Sox, Kapler, Walker, and Damian Jackson. There's a 3, 4, 5, 6, so an opportunity here for Gabe Kapler. And so we hold those, and we roll 1 die for the home run. If this is a 2, it's gone. It's not a 2, and so we got a strikeout. So Kapler takes a big cut and comes up empty and brings up Todd Walker to the plate. 1 out, nobody on. Here's a 3, 4, 5, 6, another opportunity for a home run, and this one for Todd Walker. And he does complete 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that is a bomb. Bombzola for Todd Walker. Had a little pop. And the Red Sox get on the board. So 8-1 now. The lead for Seattle. Brings up Damian Jackson. 3 sixes is going to be a walk. So Jackson gets on with the walk. And it'd be 1 on and 1 out for Trot Nixon, playing right field in this game. 3, 4, 5, 6. Another opportunity here. And no dice. That's going to be a K. So he takes a big swing, comes up empty. And still a runner at first base, and 1 in this top of the 5th inning for the Red Sox. Just missed the full house here. That's going to be 10, 14, 18, 20. 20 is a little ground ball to the third baseman. He flips to the pitcher covering, the first baseman, I'm sorry. He flips to the pitcher covering, and that is going to be the 3rd out of the inning. So 1 run on no hits, and it's now 8-1. Boston is down to Seattle. Starting off again for the 2nd inning in a row is Markham McLemore. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to be an automatic K, so no dice in this one for McLemore. John Mabry. Mabry hit a 2-run home run his last at bat. He's 2 for 2 with a bomb and a double. And he hits another double here, so that's going to be 5s over 4s. 5s over 4s is a double to right center field. All base runners get an extra base. Doesn't matter. He's not one of those. So he's going to pull into second with a double. Second double of the day. He's 3 for 4, or 3 for 3. Sorry, in the game. There's a 2, 3, and nothing happening. So 10, 13, 19, 21. 21 is a strikeout. And 2 down now. Runner at second base, and Willie Bloomquist to the plate. There's a lot of nothing here too. So that's 10, 13, 15. And that's a little ground ball to the catcher. Catcher up with it over to first. And 3rd out of the inning. So no runs on 1 hit, as Mabry is stranded at second base in scoring position. And we go to the top of the 6th inning. It is 8-1, Seattle over Boston. Boston's certainly not out of it, but they need to start generating some offense. So there's 12, 14, 15, 17. That will be a ground ball to the second baseman. And we got fours here. So fours is going to be a single with an error check. So that's going to be a single here for Manny Ramirez. And no full house, so no error on the play. It's going to be a single. Manny is standing at first with one out. And Kevin Millar to the plate. 4, 5, 6, not enough. So we have 5, 11, 16, and 21, and that's going to be a strikeout for the Mariners. And Millar goes down. 2 outs now with runner at first base, Manny Ramirez. Jason Varitek to the plate. 1, 2, 3, and nothing there. So 6, 7, 9, 10, 13 is going to be a fly ball to dead center. And that's out number 3. So no runs on 1 hit for Boston as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Seattle's still in the lead, 8-1, and it's going to be back to the top of the order. Suzuki, Ray Sanchez, and Randy Winn. Suzuki, last time up, hit a 3-run bomb. This time, 3, 4, 5 has another opportunity. 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see if he hits the home run. And he does not. Instead, he gets the hey big whiffa and strikes out. So that is out number 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to be a strikeout as well. And back-to-back Ks for Seattle as Randy Winn comes to the plate. 4, 5, 6, nothing there. 12, 13, 17, 22. 22 is another strikeout. So 3 in a row. And the Mariners go down 1, 2, 3. 3 strikeouts in a row. We head to the top of the 7th inning. Boston down 8-1 as they send up the back end of their lineup. Kapler, Walker, and Jackson. They've been the only productive ones really so far. So 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, and nothing else. So 10, 12, 15, 17. That'll be a ground ball to the second baseman. And McLemore makes the play. And it's going to be 3 5s. 3 5s is going to be a single, and all runners can advance 1 extra base. No runners on base, so it doesn't matter. Todd Walker gets on with the 1-out base hit. It's going to be Damian Jackson to the plate, shortstop. 2, 3, 4, 5, and an opportunity here for a home run for Jackson. Let's see. And he can't come through. He needed a 1 or a 6, and instead he strikes out for out number 2. And we're going to go back to the top of the order is Trot Nixon. Nixon is 0 for 3 with 3 Ks. 1, 2, so 10, 11, 13, 19. And finally he hits the ball. But he hits it right to the third baseman, Bloomquist. Bloomquist is up with it over at first. And that is the out. 3 outs in the inning. No runs on 1 hit and 1 left on for Boston in the 7th inning. Running out of outs here. For the Mariners, it's going to be Martinez, Olerud, and McLemore in the bottom of the 7th. 3, 4, 5, nothing there. No full house. So we have 8, 12, 15, 20. 20 is going to be a ground ball to the first baseman. And who is that? Millar. Millar puts it away. Flips it to the catcher for out number, or to the pitcher for out number 1. Just missed the full house here as well. So 6, 8, 9, 10, 16. That's going to be a grounder to the shortstop. Shortstop is Damian Jackson, and he puts that away for out number 2. And 1, 2, 3, nothing there. So 7, 9, 10, 13 is going to be a fly ball to center field. fly ball to left field, I'm sorry. And that will be out number 3. So the Mariners go down quietly in the bottom of the 7th inning, no runs on no hits, nobody left on, and we go to the top of the 8th. So runs getting very scarce for Boston as they're down 8-1, and let's see if they have some fight in them here. It'll be Miller, Ortiz, and Manny Ramirez. So 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we got an opportunity here. And we'll roll 1 to see if Bill Miller can go deep. We needed a 1 or a 6 and got a 5. So Miller strikes out to begin the 8th inning. That'll be the first out of the inning. It's David Ortiz to the plate. Ortiz just misses a big hit here. So it's 12 plus 10 is 22, 23. 23 is going to be a walk. That's his second walk of the day. And Manny Ramirez stands in. Ramirez 1 for 3. He singled in his last at bat. He is got a 4 of a kind here. So 4 of a kind on 6s is a double. And then you roll the 1 die for a triple. So an opportunity for Manny here. And he just misses it, but that's going to be a double for Manny to the gap. And that's going to push Ortiz to third. Let's try to score Ortiz on the play and consult our base running here. So we're taking an extra base. All he needs is a 2 of a kind to come around to score. And he does not get it. 3, 4, 5, 6 though. That's a small straight, so there's an error on the throw. All runners advance 1 base. So there's an error on this throw. He scores. He scores on the he scores on the errant throw. So that's an error. He comes in to score. Runner advances 1 extra base. Sorry about coughing in your ear like that. He advances 1 base, so that brings in a run on the error on the throw. And now we have a runner at third. That runner is Manny Ramirez. With 1 out, it's an 8-2 ball game. And 2, 3, nothing here. So 5, 8, 10 plus 8 is 18. And an 18 is a grounder to the shortstop. So we're going to go 6-3 on that. That will be out number 2. And that's going to be an RBI as the runner comes in to score on the grounder. They were playing back there. So he scores on the fielder's choice. 2 runs in the 8th, and the score is now 8-3. Seattle over Boston. Seattle trying to bend but not break here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to be a K. Automatic strikeout there with the small straight, and Boston is out of the inning, but not before they get 2 runs on 1 hit, and they leave nobody on base, actually. So we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Mariners are up, let's see, 5, 7, 8 to 1, 2, 3, 8-3. And bottom of the order up for Seattle: John Mabry, Dan Wilson, and Willie Bloomquist. Got 4s over 6s here, and that's going to be a double past the first baseman. So down the right field line, and we have our hashtag sign. Our hashtag sign says the lead base runner gets caught in a rundown. So he doubles down the line, wants to go for 3, gets caught in a rundown, and now we got to figure out what happens in the rundown. Is he safe or is he out? And so our rundown is here. So if it's a 4 of a kind, then the runner's going to be safe, and we'll call it safe back at the base where he was supposed to be. If it's a small straight, then the runner is safe, and if there's a runner on third, then that person scores. He will not be on third. the runner will be safe. There's only one person. And if it's a large straight, then there's going to be an error on the throw. The runner is safe and advances one more base. So if there's an error on the throw, he's actually going to score. So let's see, 4 of a kind, small straight, large straight. What happens? A whole lot of nothing. And when there's nothing, the player is out. So we're going to call that a double. And he's trying to stretch that to 3, and he is out on the fielder's choice. Or I don't know what you would call that. We'll just call it out. So John Mabry doubles, third double of the game. He's a doubles machine. And he tries to stretch it to 3, realizes he can't make it, and gets caught in a rundown, and he is out for out number 1. So all that for 1 out. It's going to be Dan Wilson to the plate. Wilson is 1 for 2. He's scored 2 runs, and he's driven in 2 runs. And he's got another base knock here. That's going to be 5s. And 5s is a single with runners taking an extra base. That would have scored Mabry had he stayed put at second base. So Dan Wilson on with his second hit of the day. So we got 3s here and 3s, another single. This one to right field. Runners at first and second now with 1 out in the inning. Ichiro Suzuki to the plate. 4, 5, 6. That's nothing. So 6, 12, 18, 23. 23 is going to be a walk, so Ichiro takes a walk. That will load the bases with 1 out. And Ray Sanchez to the plate. 3, 4, 5. So 10, 13, 14, 18. 18 is going to be a grounder to the shortstop. Let's go ahead and with 1 out and the bases loaded, we're gonna roll for a double play up the middle. So 2 of a kind is a double play. 4 of a kind is an error on the throw to first. Don't get any of those. So no double play. That's going to be a fielder's choice. That's typically how I play it. So we'll move all the runners along how they're supposed to be. So bases loaded, fielder's choice. Ichiro is out at second. Sanchez is going to be on with the fielder's choice. That was to the shortstop, so 6-4. He's going to get an RBI because that runner comes in from third, and that runner goes to third on the fielder's choice. So 2 down now. Tough break there. They didn't get the double play. Sanchez legs it out, and it's first and third with 2 outs in the inning now. 3, 4, 5, nothing there. 8, 9, 12, 17. 17 is a grounder to the second baseman. So we go 4-3 on the put out. That's Todd Walker over to the first baseman Millar, and after a lot of traffic, Seattle only gets 1. They get 1 on 1, 2, 3 hits, and they hold a 9-3 lead as we go into the top of the 9th inning. So what kind of comeback does Boston have? That's not going to be a good way to start anything. So 5, 6, 10, 15, and 15 is going to be a grounder to the catcher. So 2-3 on the put out. It'll be Todd Walker to the plate. There's a 4 of a kind. 4 twos is going to be a double to center field, and if there were any runners on base, they would have taken an extra base. So double for Todd Walker as he stands at second base with 1 out, and Damian Jackson to the plate. Just missed the full house again. They've missed quite a few of those. If they hit on some, maybe they score quite a bit more. So 10, 12, 14. 14 is a fly ball to center field. Runner at second is going to stay put, and Trot Nixon to the plate. So 4, 5, 6, nothing there. 10, 15, 16, 20. 20 is a grounder to the the first baseman, and Olerud is going to take this one over to the bag himself, and that's going to be your ball game. So no runs on one hit in the 9th inning for Boston. Seattle takes the 9-3 victory. So we'll say 9-3. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits. And I can't remember if there are any errors down here. I feel like there was one somewhere. Maybe not. So no errors for Boston. 2, 4, 7, 8, 10 hits. And no errors for Seattle. Still, nope, there was one error. So we had the one error right here, and that allowed this run to score. That was the error on the attempt to throw home. Okay, so 3-6, 3 runs on 6 hits, no errors for Boston, 9 runs on 10 hits, and 1 error for Seattle. You can see all the action was here in the first half. They scored 8 runs in the first 4 innings, and then tacked on a later run in the 8th. So this is I'm just using an online Yahtzee roller that I found, and you can roll with real dice. Either way, this is Ya-Ya Tabletop Baseball. Again, if you want to try this yourself, just send me an email to onbasebaseball@gmail.com, and I will send this out to you, and you can play for yourself. Help me test it and see how we can add individual player attributes and values, especially the better players. But it's okay if we have to account for lesser players as well. But how can we make sure that Ichiro is a Hall of Famer in this game? Same thing with Manny and David Ortiz. They're going to get their hits, they're going to get on base, they're going to get their walks, but how can we give them that special power of boost? Same for the pitchers. And then if we can include the pitchers in, then we can start doing pitching changes and things like that where it matters, to remove a pitcher. So that's where we're at. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down in the comments section below. Subscribe to the channel. Not only this game do I play, but I play On Base Baseball, On Base Advanced, and Quick Play Baseball. So those are the games that I've personally created in the last year. And so if you're interested in that, click subscribe, click the bell, and you'll get notified of new videos whenever I post them. Typically 1 to 2 a week is what I try to do. And so trying to get more and more content out there playing these games. All right, I think that's all for here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.